Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Pinball A Movie. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the movie called Krull and a little bit about the pinball table. So, I was recently thinking, what Pinball A Movie should I do next? And there's not a lot of pinball tables that were based on movies like you'd think. So I was trying to think, what am I going to do? And I was thinking Last Action Hero. But then I saw on Amazon Krull. And I remembered that there is a pinball machine based on this table. But the interesting thing is, this table never went into production. Only 10 units were produced. So I had forgotten that part. So I decided, you know what, let me give this movie a watch and do a Pinball A Movie. So, about the movie itself, Krull was a science fantasy film from 1983, directed by Peter Yates. The film was actually a huge box office bomb on release, and it never really caught on, even years later. So its budget was $27 million. In the box office, it only garnered $16.9 million. So it definitely flopped. That being said, I don't let any of that kind of stuff, I don't take reviews about movies seriously until I see them myself. And I quite enjoyed Krull. I think it was pretty good. The special effects were not that great, considering the time this movie was being filmed in 1980. But that, to me, I don't care about special effects. I love the story. I love character development, and you saw that in this film. You definitely, this wasn't a journey, right? The film is basically about a king and queen. They're about to get married, right? But there's an alien, invaders, basically an alien group known as the Slayers. So the planet that they're on is called Krull, and it's invaded by an entity known as the Beast and his army of Slayers, and they travel the galaxy in this mountain-like spaceship called the Black Fortress. So just imagine, aliens from outer space in a Black Fortress that travel to other lands to conquer, And so this was very much kind of like your Victorian film. It was actually it was co-produced. It was an international production between the United Kingdom and the United States. And I saw some actors that I've seen in other movies. This film starred Lysette Anthony, who I've been really kind of researching because apparently she has a lot of film movies. She's British, and it also had an actor from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka, David. Let's see, I always get this confused. David Batley, okay? So David Batley was in the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He was the teacher, right? And so it was nice to see him in Krull. You also had actors like, what's his name? Pretty big. You had Liam Neeson. It was interesting seeing a young Liam Neeson. And you also had, what's his name? I think he was the dude from... He was the guy from Robbie Coltrane. Yeah, Robbie Coltrane was in this movie as well. And Robbie Coltrane was, wasn't he in Harry Potter? Or, wasn't he in Harry Potter? Yeah, he was in Harry Potter. He recently passed away in 2022, so it was good to see him as well. And so you had a lot of different mix of British and American actors. The movie that I watched, I think that it was the voices of Lissa were dubbed, and I think even Colwyn, who played the king, were dubbed. So that was kind of off-putting, but it was still a very good movie. I loved the character development. And just the story itself, basically it sounds kind of cheesy at the beginning, but the way they develop it is really great. I mean, I love like the adventure kind of aspect in Krull. Reminded me a lot of Legend with Tom Cruise, which I just saw recently as well. Kind of that, an adventure and, a prophecy. The prophecy to save Lissa, who was captured by the Beast and the Slayers. And so you saw, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Star Wars. Like the Slayers themselves look like, like stormtroopers. And you kind of got that feeling from like the whole alien, invaders, and like the Black Fortress moving, which I thought was pretty cool. The Beast himself looked really cool. So there were some good scenes in the movies. In this movie, decent amount of action, not too much. It was more on the adventure side, and finding the Black Fortress to save the Queen. My favorite scene from the movie, though, would definitely be the spider scene. I think the Lady of the Web. I don't want to give too much away in case you haven't seen it, but basically, the Lady of the Web, the scene where the old man Ynir is seeking the Widow of the Web to find out where the Black Fortress will be. So there's a lot of like symbolism, but that scene for me was really good. A touching scene. A lot of themes about sacrifice, prophecy, visions. You have Cyclops with one eye, who can see, they can't see the future, but they can see how they die. And so you also have themes about destiny and fate, kind of like in Terminator, So I highly suggest you give it a watch. I love the story. And yeah, a little bit about the table. So when we're talking about the table itself, the table never went into production because it was too costly, according to IPTB. So they're only a prototype. But the table itself, I think, could have done so well if it had gone into production. I mean, if you look at this table, it has a lower play field that really kind of, the lower playfield I think is the Black Fortress that you're trying to get into. So the way to get into the lower playfield is you have to hit that right orbit. You have an upper playfield with extra flippers, and you have stand-up targets that represent the Slayer, the artwork on the slingshots, the music, the fact that they have an upper playfield and a lower playfield. So they got 3 playfields. In the upper playfield, you can see the design of those spider webs. So if you have to see the movie to understand the spider webs, but you see the rocks, you see the glaive, which was, the weapon that Colwyn used to get to the to enter the fortress where the Beast was. I would have liked to see the fighting scene between Colwyn and the Beast was not that great or epic. It was more leading up to it, But yeah, I really think this table could have done really well for Gottlieb had it been released. But only 10 units were produced. And they licensed the theme, so it's like they had a license for it, but they only produced 10 units. And design was by John Trudeau. But yeah, it was deemed too expensive to produce, which is kind of weird to me. I mean, it doesn't seem like you look at the I mean, they made tables like this, was it Blackout? Gottlieb's Blackout? Black Hole. Gottlieb's Black Hole that had basically a lower playfield. They didn't have 3 playfields, but I just think this could have been so well. And looking at tables, I mean, looking at images on IPDB just show you a lot. Interesting how the table, oh man. I hope VPW or someone makes an update for this. The table in this is from Biggest, which is still good. I like this version as well, but I think this table needs a lot of love, and it's sad that it never went into production because I think the movie was great and the table looked like it could have been awesome. Maybe the movie flopped or whatever, but I think this table would have been awesome had it been released. So thank you guys for watching me play this table. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Let me know what you think about the movie Krull, and we can discuss it. Until next time, catch you guys later. Enjoy the gameplay.